It's been a really long day and I don't feel like cooking too much, so I think what I'm going to do tonight is try to make top ramen in my Wolfgang Puck 1.5 cup rice cooker. So this should work out well. Let's go ahead and see. Now setup should be super simple. I have here 1.5 cups of water. Let me go ahead and get that in there. And the flavor packet out of my soup I will set aside. Now, the top ramen doesn't exactly fit in here. I can kind of already see I'm going to have to break it up, but that's not a big deal. I'm going to break it in half, get it right in there, put on my lid, and set this to cook. Now, I'm not really sure if this is going to flip to warm or not, or what's going to happen. I haven't made top ramen in here before, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to come back and check it in like maybe 4 to 5 minutes. So we'll see what we look like then. It's been 7.5 minutes and the cook is still on. It has not gone to warm, but I really feel like I need to check this. Oh, I'm glad I did. It looks like it's pretty much, the noodles are cooked there. Now the package says it cooks in 3 minutes, but that's once it started boiling. So that is why I felt like I needed to check that earlier. So it took a couple of minutes for this to come to boil and then it cooked. I'm going to go ahead and add the seasoning packet. Get that in there. And then I'm going to also put some kale in there. It's just raw kale. I'm going to wilt it down right on top just for a moment or two. I think that's going to add some good nutrition there. Now the great thing about top ramen is I use it sort of like I would use a rice, and that's just like a base to sort of fill things up. So if I was going to use a rice, I might just put some chicken on it that I have in the refrigerator, some leftover vegetables, or you could actually cook some chicken and vegetables to go on top. Same thing with top ramen. To me, it's just a base. I could add, if I had a little chicken left over, I could shred some chicken and put it in there. I could cut some tofu and throw it in there. Any leftover vegetables I've had from a meal I've cooked, throw it in there. And you can actually get a full meal off of a small amount of leftovers that you have. So you don't need to throw those extra leftovers away if they can't make a complete meal. Just add it to some rice or some top ramen. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a moment to wilt down, and then we're going to go ahead and plate this up. Alright, it's been just about a minute, so let's see what's going on inside here. Oh yeah, that looks good. I'm going to go ahead and unplug this. It's bubbling away, so you want to be very careful not to burn yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and just sort of mix this up a bit. I probably could have put the kale in a little earlier when the noodles were maybe almost done, because I almost feel as if the noodles are a little overdone now because I had to wait for the kale. So in the future I think I will do that, put it in a little bit earlier. Now other things that I have done to top ramen when I have made it as a meal, besides putting in vegetables or tofu or things, is you can actually, when it's still bubbling in the machine, while it's still simmering, crack a raw egg into it and stir it around, and then just give it a moment for the egg to actually cook. And the egg will cook right in it. Kind of comes like a drop egg sort of a scenario. So this is actually how you would make top ramen in your Wolfgang Puck rice cooker, and it works out really well. So I'm very pleased with how this worked out, and I didn't have to babysit it. I could pretty much just put it in and walk away and come back. So, fabulous.